After 13 years of being in the spiritual community, I'm finally breaking up with it. And this is why. So I saw a post yesterday by Cortland Johnson that literally summarizes the whole of it. And so before I delve into my own experience with spirituality and why I'm breaking up with it, I want to read you this post, okay? So this is Cortland Johnson, and she says, why I broke up with the spiritual community. We were literally talking about this yesterday. Okay, at first I was smitten. The crystals, the cacao, the full moon circles, the manifesting. It felt like I had found a portal to another dimension, one where everyone believed in something bigger, dreamed of something greater, and spoke in the language of alignment, vibration, and truth. But eventually I realized I was living in a hall of mirrors. Everyone was manifesting, but no one was building. Everyone was calling in abundance, but no one had money. Everyone was healing, but no one was actually changing. At the root of it was deep victimhood. Victimhood about money, politics, the world, society, how hard life is, whatever. I kept thinking, does no one see that we're here to change the world? That's the whole point. And unless we release victim, nothing will change. It's up to us. The spiritual world taught me a lot, but it also became a victim trap. I watched people theorize about life rather than live life, like a business professor that's never actually started a business. I watched people loop, mistaking emotional expression for evolution. I watched people obsess over the identity of a spiritual person rather than actually embodying anything. I watched people avoid any discomfort and be coddled by everyone around them, perpetuating these behaviors. I watched people bypass any form of ownership, and I watched the community enable strong victim loops, coddling disguised as feminine flow, coddling disguised as peace and love, coddling disguised as anything. I got so tired of the coddling. You know what doesn't coddle? Nature. Nature is spiritual, but nature is not soft. I love that line. Nature is spiritual, but nature is not soft. Nature is rigorous, unforgiving, direct. And I realize the most spiritual thing I can do is to create, to build, show up daily even when I don't feel like it. Identify what needs to be changed in the world and change it. Because the people who change the world are not the most aligned. They're the most consistent. They are the most committed and devoted to their mission. They are the most tolerant of extreme discomfort. I still love the ceremonies. I use plant medicine. I'll never knock a good full moon circle or a breathwork journey. But let's stop pretending that's the work. The work is building the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. Spirituality taught me how to open, but I had to step back to learn how to actually impact the world. Okay, I really love every single line about this. She said, spirituality taught me how to open, but I had to step back to learn how to actually impact the world. I was talking about this with my roommate, Ella Ringrose, yesterday, who's also a beautiful YouTuber. And I was saying that there's something that I've been really scared to share, which is I really do believe that the mental realm is above the emotional realm. And in so much of the spiritual community, the essence is like, how can I heal? How can I fix what's broken? How can I? And honestly, they're all the wrong answers because they are just perpetuating more of the same pain. They're just increasing the pain body. It's not asking the right question, right? The right questions would be, what do I want to create? What do I want to build? How do I want to contribute? What do I want to be remembered for? What should my legacy be? Those are the things that will actually allow you to connect to millions of people and build and create a legacy. And just like she said, I love cacao. I drink cacao every day, and I will never knock a good ceremony. But as she said, let's stop pretending that's the work. I'm a women's coach, and I've been a coach for the last 5 years. And I can tell you from now that the people who have Christ or God in their heart are much more efficient executors and create a lot more impact, abundance, wealth than those who are spiritual. Because from my coaching, those whom I have seen who are spiritual look to the weather to understand, is this the right day for me to start my business? They will look to the zodiac. Is this the right season for me to launch my product? They'll look to the stars. Is this the right season for me to find my partner? And again, it's what we were talking about in the last video. It's assigning power and control to anything but your divine soul essence, giving it away, looking for an explanation outside of yourself. And all of those things can be useful tools, but I think that more than that, they can be traps. They can be deep traps, like, oh, you're a manifesting generator, so this is how you work. Okay, it can be helpful to figure out how you work, but really, where is your light and your integrity and your strength and to do everything that you're meant to do? And I think that the focus in the spiritual community, is self. Okay? But once you move to accepting God into your heart, the focus is the other. Okay? When you're in the spiritual community, the focus is feeling. When you're God-led, when you're Christ-led, the focus is creating. When you're in the New Age spiritual community, the focus is consuming. When you're God-led, the focus is providing. Very different. Very, very different. And so after 13 years and seeing what it's done to people that I love and care about, there's one particular case that comes to mind. There's a lady that I know that worked with me for about 3 years, and she is so God-givenly talented. She is so talented. She has so much to give. She has ancient knowledge of the earth and how to work with nature, and she's really, really bright. And I feel like I watched her give her power away to everything but herself again and again and again and again. And I remember that I was teaching a class and I was like, it's important to have momentum. It's important to have speed. It's important to build. It's important to create. And she was saying, well, yeah, this is the season. It's autumn. So it's the season of letting go. It's the season of shedding. And I was like, you haven't built anything in 3 years. And now you're telling me that it's a season of shedding. It's autumn. So you're not going to build. You're not going to create. And I know that might sound harsh, but it really comes from a place of love, because you deserve to create. God made you in your image, and God is a creative being, which means you at your core are a creative being. It is your God-given right to create. So when you say something like, oh, this is the season of autumn, it's this season of letting go, so let me write off 3 months of my life because this is what's happening with the weather. It's like you're keeping the gift that God gave you to yourself, and you're not sharing it with people who need it. Got it? And then the other thing that I have seen in spiritual circles is like, very lax sexual etiquette or like decorum. No real rules, very loose. And it's like, just do the basics, And I think that when I was thinking about this last night, because this video was brewing in my subconscious last night, I think that the basics are learning a solid skill, serving others, and creating. That's it. Like, that's literally it. And because I work with women, there are a lot of women who, desire to be homemakers. And I think that's beautiful, and that's a really important skill. But you're still building, you're still creating, you're creating your children. But to have a lax attitude about everything and to just step back and be like, oh, let me see how life happens for me. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it is the fastest way to ruin. And in my personal life, I've experienced a lot of ruin at the hands of trying this club, trying, I'm almost going to say cult, like trying this and trying that and having a taste from here and a taste from there. Like, just stick to God and build and be of value to other people. And it's interesting because it's like the personal development world exploded me into realizing that I am a spirit soul in a body. Like, I'm not my body and I'm not my mind. I am a spiritual being. But there's so little technology that allows humans to navigate their spirit soul being in the physical world with strength and integrity and building and momentum and creation. Because if I look at the new age spirituality, yes, they understand that we are a spirit soul living in a body, having a human experience, but the tools that they give you to navigate that are disastrous. Are, okay, you're a spirit soul, you're sovereign, you're infinitely powerful, you're infinitely knowing. Great idea. Let me give my power away to the weather pattern. Like, what? How did that happen? And so I feel very blessed that the technology that I have come in contact with is technology that enables you and sharpens you as an infinite, strong, powerful, spiritual being to navigate and create and create in your 3D world, like literally change your 3D world. And, in the Bible, it says, like, the tree by its fruit. And I think one of the most beautiful things, and this is like not a plug for Goddess School, but I think one of the most beautiful things about being in Goddess School and running Goddess School is seeing the fruit of the community, and people are actually building in the 3D world. Businesses are being born, changes are being made, communities are being built, and that's the point. That's spirituality, right? God says, like, multiply, go on and multiply. And when you create something, you're multiplying your frequency, you're multiplying your love, you're multiplying your abundance. And I think that the questions you ask yourself when you are on this side of the thread, which is New Age versus God, are very different questions. This would be, how do I understand myself? Oh my God. New Age is like, how do I understand myself? God is, how do I understand others? New Age is, how much can I get? What is, I don't want to say what is my purpose, because what is my purpose is a really powerful question, but like, how much can I get? What is it that I can take in? And when you're in the God community, it's like, well, how much can I give? How do I understand myself? How do I understand others? Right? And so the only way is the godly way, which is to do what you are supposed to do. No shortcuts, no breaks, no assigning of responsibility away, no assigning of power away. And that is it. That is it. There is no way around it. There is no way around it. And like this beautiful lady said, I think Cortland Johnson is her name. Yes, a cacao ceremony once in a while is beautiful, but let's not pretend that that is the work. The work is creating, because you are created in the image of God, and God is a creator, which means you are a creator. So to tap into your highest self is to create, is to build. And when you do that, abundance is a natural outgrowth of it, because you are in service, and we only get what we give. So this is my breakup letter to New Age. Thank you for everything that you've given me. Truly, I let you go, and I let in God. If this resonates with you, follow for more, and let's grow, build, create together. Love you, Lara. Mwah.